Hey, what's up, guys? I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School. I wanted to give a quick thought, real quick, on something that I read. I guess it's like maybe the same time as the BET Awards, and y'all know how I had mixed feelings about the BET Awards because I have mixed feelings about BET. I've seen them do some things that are not so bad, but I've also seen them do some things that are the reason black people can't get ahead. You can't get ahead if your mind is all fucked up. Like if we are just behind mentally and we're not trying to build, we're not really thinking in terms of education and really strength and empowerment. It's going to be hard for us to move forward. But then again, different people are at different stages of the game, different ages also, right? You got different generations. You got older, middle, and young, etc. So I think everybody has to find common ground and relate. So not everything that happens at the BET Awards is bad, but not everything there is good. For example, you look at the Migos, right? The Migos, they get kind of promoted more than almost anybody else. And I've been on the Breakfast Club a bunch of times, so I follow who the latest rappers are. Every year the shit changes. Every year somebody new. But the thing is, the Migos are dangerous for black men because the Migos, these are grown ass men that were on tricycles in a Mountain Dew commercial. When you got grown ass black men riding tricycles, that really sends a certain message, a reminder that the black man is not a man. The black man is a child. He's a little boy. Now I know these guys are in their 20s, but they are fathers. They're grown ass men. And you can't. The white man will never take the black man seriously if he's riding a fucking tricycle. You'll never, imagine if you were in a competition and your competitor rides up on a big wheel or a tricycle like a little kid. You're not going to look at them as as a peer. So while they're off doing the grown-up stuff, building rocket ships to Mars and building multi-billion-dollar companies, our most prominent black men are riding tricycles on the BET Awards and speaking like literally baby gargle. Like if you listen to how the Migos talk, they sound like little children. They're like, and it's like kind of. It just kind of makes it so that black people who are articulate or who want to be educated or whatever end up getting looked down upon, by other black people. They're like, oh, you act like you better than everybody else. You acting white. You talking white. No, you ain't talking white. You trying to do something with your life, man. Ain't no wrong with that. But anyway, one other thought that I had that I wanted to throw in there that I thought was worth exploring, worth discussing is rapper The Game. I followed him for a long time. I don't have nothing against the guy or anything like that. I'm not even pitching it this way at all. But he said something about reparations, and he was talking about. I think he, that statement, 40 acres and a mule. Well, Game switched it around and he started talking about 40 acres and a Lambo, right? Which is, kind of a cool, modernized way to kind of talk about an important issue, and he agreed. We're in agreement on reparations. I don't think anybody in their right mind can argue black people don't deserve reparations. I mean, look at what the hell we've gone through. Look at what people have done to us. I mean, come on, you can't in a million years argue we don't deserve reparations. That's not even up for debate in my opinion. But what's interesting is I wanted to lay out just another way to kind of think about a statement like 40 acres and a Lambo. And I don't even know if I'm making it deeper than it needs to be. I'm a deep person. That's just how I am. So if you don't like it, then you got to go somewhere else. But the term 40 acres in a Lambo might sound good on the surface. The problem with that, though, the challenge is 40 acres in a mule has a different implication. A mule at that time was an asset. A mule was something that could help you earn additional wealth. A mule was something that allowed you to work that land. That's why they said 40 acres and a mule. The mule allowed you to activate the asset that you receive as a result of your reparations, right? So, it's like I'm gonna give you some food and I'm gonna give you some, some cookware, something to cook it with, a stove, you know what I mean, and some pots and pans, right? So, so the mule, it was something that added economic value to the slave's life or the former slave's life, right? Or to the value, it adds value to the land. The land has less value if you don't have a mule attached to it. 40 acres in a Lambo has a different implication. A Lamborghini don't add shit to your net worth. A Lamborghini for the most part, is a decline, is an asset that drops in value significantly. I mean, new cars drop, I think, 12, 13%, if I'm not mistaken. I gotta look at it again. They literally drop in value significantly the minute you drive them off the lot. The first year, they lose a ton of their value. About 4, 5, 6, 7 years down the line, you've got an asset that's worth almost nothing. So it's almost like going to buy a stock for $1,000, and then 5 years later, that stock is $250. Right? That's not a winning strategy. That's like going into a basketball game and starting the game in the first quarter, giving the other team 35 points. And you scoring 0, right? You're not going to win the game that way. You're going to fall behind. The gap between you and the other team, the wealth gap or the points gap, is going to grow if you're giving your points away. So the Lamborghini is this European car, manufactured by white people, that is a luxury item. It is not an asset. It is not. Technically, it could be described as an asset. So let me not be too loose with my language here. It is an asset, but it is not an appreciating asset. It is typically a depreciating asset. It's also not an asset that has production value. Production value means if I have that Lamborghini, I'm making money from the ownership of that Lamborghini. I'm not losing money from owning that Lamborghini. So a luxury item is something where I'm just doing this. I'm flushing my money down the toilet, letting it go. A productive asset is something where the money's coming in my direction because I've got this asset that I'm working with, right? So, 40 acres in a truck might be a more appropriate type of language to use, right? Because at least with a truck, I can deliver, Amazon products. I can drive shit around my farm. I can do whatever, right? 40 acres in a business, it might be a better way to look at it, right? Because if I got a business, I can go make this money, right? I can go build my wealth. 40 acres in some stocks, 40 acres in, 40 acres in an asset. That's what 40 acres in a productive asset. A mule is a productive asset. It is not a luxury item. And black people, unfortunately, this is our problem. We have been made addicted to luxury items. We've been made to believe that if I got a Lambo as a black man, I am somehow in a better position than the guy who's driving the pickup truck, when that is bullshit. I know a lot of black people driving Lambos who are so deep in debt that their family and their grandchildren are going to struggle financially because they blew a bag, and they bragging about it on BET. BET actually has a series called Blew a Bag. That's why BET is toxic for black people, because they celebrate. You celebrate white supremacy. You celebrate giving up all your wealth away to white folks to buy European bullshit like a damn Lamborghini. Let me just calm down, man. I'm getting mad. This is making me angry because, y'all know, I'm a financial scientist. Like, my PhD's in this stuff. I know this stuff very well. I know it the way Michael Jordan knows basketball. And if you're Michael Jordan and you're watching a basketball game and the team's complaining because they're losing every game by 40 points, you're sitting there like, well, the reason you're losing the game is because you're putting the ball in the other team's basket. This ain't calculus. This ain't rocket science. This ain't, advanced complex information. This is basic shit, man. This is basic. So, no, this is not dissing the game. I'm not doing that at all. I want to make sure that's clear. I don't got nothing against. I don't even know the guy. I never met him. But I'm gonna say, that term 40 acres in a Lambo, it means a lot more than what it does on the surface. And I encourage black people to just make sure you understand how this game is played. You can't win the game if you don't know how it's played. Powernomics is a team sport. It is also a sport that requires strategy and knowledge of how the game is played. And as long as we have major networks that are celebrating ignorance and financial backwardness, then you're going to see the wealth gap continue to grow for a certain segment of the population. That's what it is. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Hit the thumbs up button before you go. Make sure you please subscribe. If you want to follow daily financial news, you can go to theblackfinancialchannel.com. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. Also, I'll be in Chicago July 28th. So if you want to come out for our investment event, you can go to drboycechicago.com. Dr. drboycechicago.com. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Take care. Have a good day. Oh, and also don't forget the All Black National Convention is September 27th, the weekend of September 27th. Willie D will be there from the Ghetto Boys, along with a lot of other really smart people like Vicky Diller, etc. So you can go to allblacknationalconvention.com. That's allblacknationalconvention.com. All right, guys. So take care. I will see you soon. Have a good day. Peace.